Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fire&Ice, but this is the director's cut. I'm Carlson with the heat.
Maine with the cool.
Yes, and today, we're going to do something a little different. I am going to actually do a lot more talking this time. I'm actually going to interview the man right here as we discuss his fictional series that is loosely based, the keyword loosely based on his life and his experiences. Yesterday we were talking about the Maine way.
Yes. Real quick, I think the loosely part is very needed because when I have conversations with people about the show and just the dynamics of the show, I think people automatically assume that like I've sat in a room with you, talked to you about my life, and then, which I guess technically speaking I have in the past, but not like that. You know, like we had a podcast for years where we talked about our life weekly, you know what I'm saying? But you kind of pull from that, and then with your writing style and your writing technique, you kind of crafted what you want to craft from that,
right? And
make the character from that. It just happened to be the character's name happens to be Maine, and that's my real name, of course. So it's just loosely based, like it's very loosely. So
I
can't stress loosely enough.
This is very loosely.
Did I say loosely?
Loosely.
Got you.
Yeah. For me, like just the creation. Okay, we just start from the beginning. The creation of the show actually came from your appearance on Brotherhood, not season 2, but season 3. I think season 3, because season 2, I felt like I called you and I didn't have nobody, and I was like, man, I need you to do this for me, and he was like, I ain't no actor. I was like, that's fine. And then the other thing was I ain't got no muscles. I was like, that's fine too. Just come on, do this real quick, and then.
Yeah.
Come on, do this thing real quick.
I remember you sent me the script and it was like pretty much, you didn't send the script, you just said, hey, this is gonna happen, shirt off, this, that, that. Like, whoa, yo, shirt off. What's going on? I ain't got no abs, I ain't got no six pack, you know what I'm saying?
But no, you came in, did your thing, and then I was like, we gotta do it again for season 3.
Right.
And the season 3 was when it was like, okay, this guy got something a little bit. I mean, let's see what we can do. Because you were looser. You were a little bit more relaxed. I think you was more yourself.
I think that's my favorite. That's my favorite clip to send to somebody if they ask me about that part of that, the acting part of what I'm doing in media and stuff. Because the reason why I was so loose at the time is because what I was able to see. Because when you told me a time,
right,
and I had came. It was a far out. So I'm saying far out now, right? I drive way further every day now. But at the time, I was like, damn, what is that? You know what I'm saying? But I got there. But I'm watching real actors and actresses act scene in and scene out, doing multiple scenes over and over again. Where the scenes was fine. All right, do it again. Oh, that was perfect. What are you doing? Do it again. But I get it. You want perfection. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So before my scene even start, I'm seeing this. So 2 things happening. One, I'm building confidence because I'm seeing them do stuff, but I'm also like, okay, let me go ahead and read these lines real quick so I can get the character how I want it to be. Because like I said, acting not something I do on a regular basis, so it's hard for me to take it. Like you say I got a game somewhere, I'm going to go shoot around, I'm going to go warm up, I'm going to stretch, and all that stuff, then the game comes and I'm ready for game time.
Right.
So that was my way of doing that with that role, with that particular role I was given. And so when I seen everybody acting and the scenes before me, I'm like, okay, cool. I watch these episodes, I watch this show, so I want to be in that room, and I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, that's the novice over there, you know. So I was happy because I'm not. Even if you look at the clip, I'm not the one. No spreading right. I'm not the one really messing up like that. I'm like, cool. I know my lines. I ain't doing losing it.
Right.
And I felt good, but we did shot. It's a small scene, but we shot it so many times, and I was like, this is the work that you got to put in for it. Even in some way, it's like 2-3 lines.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you have more equipment, it's a little bit more easy. But even then, though, like, cause I've been on mainstream sets, and like I said, they have different cameras and stuff. But you got so many people operating it.
Right,
the lights gotta be a certain type of way, different things like that, whatever. So a lot of times, you can get away with a little bit more stuff with independent projects versus like mainstream. So, but the downsides again with independent, when you have one camera operator, you got to get these different angles and stuff and everything. So, get these, so sometimes, and as far as doing it multiple times, sometimes an actor may say the line a different way the first take versus the third take. And the third take may be like, okay, that's how you said it is it has a little bit more effect in the scene versus how you said in the first time. Sometimes you might slip, like you might not necessarily miss a line, but you might like start stuttering a little bit.
Right.
We all have that issue. We stutter sometimes, and just different mechanisms of different things of why you have to kind of it's always good to, if you can, get multiple takes, because you don't want to be in the edit bay and you only did one take,
right,
and it's not really the best,
yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's all I got, and it's like you got to kind of just, especially if you shot it like 5 months ago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
got to remember everything, and I think that's another thing too that I don't think about, rather, is the editing process. So when you filming at that moment, you're not just filming in the moment. You're filming for editing purposes.
Right.
You're filming for. If it don't feel that good at the moment,
yeah.
I want to make sure when I get home, when I'm finally editing, whether it's 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years from now, I got everything I need, so I can say, oh no, it's somewhere. It's the perfect scene.
Right. I know, because I can only speak for myself. I know for me, I guess because I am doing the filming and the editing, I definitely film. I'm editing as I film.
Right.
So I'm pretty much like, all right, I know I'm gonna use this take, or I'm gonna use this shot, or whatever. So I kind of already in my head know how everything's gonna kind of be spiced up.
You were saying something. I guess I wanted to ask that question, which I know you lead. I'm not gonna ask a lot of questions, but I do want to ask that one question. Like, so you said, I know you said that role. So me doing the season 3,
right,
and me coming over there, and in that scene I played. That role, is that how you wrote Maine Way, or was it something you just had in mind? Like, how? Because I know I did good in that role. I know that because I was told. And I'm like, okay, must be doing a good job, cool. But that role is what made you think about doing Maine Way, or like where that came about?
So the idea to give you your own show was because of your performance on Brotherhood season 3.
Gotcha.
The character, no, that had nothing to do with the character from Brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm trying to think, when did we film? I know it came out in 2020 because it was during the pandemic, when the pandemic first started. But I'm trying to think, when did we film? We filmed in 2019.
It was 2019 because I was actually I'm doing something different in my job now, but I had just got a new position, which is why I wasn't sure I could make it, because it was so fresh in that position. I wasn't like, my feet wasn't set to where I could just leave for a couple hours.
Right.
It was a Saturday, busiest day in retail. I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to leave. I just had snuck out.
Yeah.
Nobody called me, so I left it alone. I just stayed there all day. So.
Yeah.
And you told me 2, and we didn't start filming till my scene till like 4:30.
Yeah, that normally happens. It's not really by on purpose, but I mean,
I wasn't tripping.
Things happen. Like, you honestly, when we film, I try to tell when we, especially when you're on an independent set, it's like it's best to like not have any plans, but of course you can't really help that. People have to work or whatever.
It worked for me because
yeah.
I think if I hadn't came early, then I would never been as prepared as I was to film, and I would still just been nervous instead of, the more and more I watch people film and shoot their scenes, and then be honest with you, mine was kind of last, so like they was leaving. I'm like, cool, they out of here, so it's like it's just us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I think it worked perfect for me. So
the process of, like I said, creating the Maine Way. As a writer, I know a lot of people ask me, how do I write inspiration or whatever. As a writer, I'm just very observant, and I just paid attention to like a lot of things you were talking about, that a lot of things you have discussed, a lot of things you shared with me. Not like I didn't get too personal or whatever, but just different things that you have talked about that I paid attention to, things you said, instances that have happened that I do know about. So just kind of all right, how can I take his real life and kind of just make a fictionalized world out of it. I definitely wanted to, of course, show this character as a father. I knew he had 2 daughters, but I was like, now we're going to flip it, make it a son.
Loosely. See how that loosely works around?
Yeah, I think, but it was important for me. Father-son relationships are important for me to display. I think I think it's always natural for the dad to really, like, of course, have that bond relationship with their daughter. You got the girl dad movement, all the other stuff. But you rather, like I said again, but that father-son thing, I think that's sometimes where the struggle can come in, especially in Black communities. When Black men grow up, they a lot of, some of them say they don't really have good relationships with their father, or didn't have a relationship with their father, or they're just now starting to build relationships with their fathers as adults, or whatever. So I thought it was very important to kind of just see, all right, how this black man and how he's building his life at the same time, how he's influencing his black son.
Right.
So I thought that was very, very important to show, and just to kind of just show this flawed character, but he's doing the best that he can in his life. So I'm gonna throw it to you. When I first told you about wanting to do the show, what were your initial thoughts about it?
So like I said, it's you know, you're the homie. So like when somebody like you say, I want you to do this, and you who you are, like to me in the community, of course, and just I'm seeing you on a week in, week out basis, I'm gonna say yeah regardless. And funny I say that, right? Because that's typically how it was. Like, okay, cool. Like, yeah. Now me saying yeah, I'm always gonna move. So me saying yeah, I'm just saying yeah. So even when you send the script, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah. And I'm like, all right, but I breezed through the script. And like I said, that's where I think for season 1, at least for me, like I feel like that's where I like, okay, I could have took that a little, not saying I didn't take it seriously, but I could have put more effort into it, like reading it line by line, front to back. When you sent season 2, I read every single word from front to back before I got back to you on it. The first time I remember, like, all right, cool. I'm reading a little part, like, oh, that's a dope part. I'm not reading the whole scene. I'm just reading, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna say it like this, you know, I'm not really. And what happened, like I said, then you come to the part, you're like, oh, that's in here? I gotta do this? Because I'm not reading everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't read everything. So I remember it was one day, like, it's just nobody, only people that know me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the day we was filming. And I'm reading the scene, and you ain't there. I'm like, hold up. How did I skip over this? Why am I kissing somebody? You know, I'm like, this is not, this, So I remember, and I'm going to be transparent. I'll just be 100. You know, I had 2 kissing scenes, and we had to shoot in the same day. I said, hey, yo, I do 1. So I do 1. And I want to do, I said, I'll do 1. I'm gonna say that. I said, I'll do 1. And I remember you, I know it kind of bothered you, because you was like, so you got another one, right? You got another one, right? I was like, yeah, I'm going another one. Just we going to skip this one. I'm going to do it this way. How about this? You're like, all right, cool. And I knew that. I said, you know what? Next time you send me a damn script, front to back. I don't care if it's not my line, I'm not reading the whole thing. And I think that's, when you said to me first time, I just said yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, cool. Because, of course, somebody say, anybody out there watching, somebody say, hey, I got a show, and you're going to star in it. Most people are like, all right, cool. You thinking about the camera, you thinking about, you know me, I like it's media, but everything is placement for me. Yeah. Even the stuff I wear in the show, even what I wear on camera, everything is placement for me, and I'm big on that. So when you said, I'm like, all right, cool, a whole show, I bet we could do this. I ain't even know what I'm acting. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what kind of character I'm playing. I'm just like, bet I could do that. Then I could podcast and do this, and I'm just setting stuff up around that, because that's how I am. Yeah. So when you said, yeah, it literally had nothing to do with nothing. I'm just like, Carlton said he wanted to do this. I like his writing. He got dope shows. That's a good look for me, and I can podcast in the meantime. Be good. Right. Not knowing this mad other stuff within that, within the script, within acting, within shooting, within scheduling, all that stuff, and I wasn't thinking about that. Right. Just say yeah. So, and you was very quick. I promise. It seemed like almost like 2 months, not even 2 months, like a month and a half later. You was like, all right, we're gonna be shooting. I'm like, whoa, shooting? I'm like, hey, you serious? I said yeah. I just said yeah. I was thinking you just, you know. You know, people like, hey, I'm gonna hit you up. Right. All right, cool. Like, they hit me up for real. Right. But you was like, hey, yo, it's on. I'm like, it's on. What do you mean it's on? The show. Okay. You know, go from there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think so. I have to always remember, and this is no diss to you, but when you're working with non-actors, as far as like that. When I say non-actor, I mean like acting is not your profession.
No, I'm definitely a non-actor.
That's not your, you know.
That's not loosely based.
Like that's not your career aspirations to be acting. Right. This is something I wanted you to do. This is something I gave to you to do, whatever. But sometimes you have to remember that they're not gonna be with every single thing. Cause like, you got actors, they like, yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this, whatever. So me and you never really had a discussion about your boundaries. And so, and I don't necessarily think I was perturbed that day. It was just kind of just like, oh, this nigga didn't read. You know, I'm like,
and I felt bad even coming to you, because like even though you never like talk about boundaries and third, you do talk on the set issues all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I didn't know when I said it to you at the time that would be a kind of on the set issue, because we talk about how somebody's boyfriend might be on set now they don't want to kiss.
Right.
So we talked about a lot of issues you face. And I listened to you, and we did this for years. It wasn't like, so I'm like, oh damn, it's gonna be tough. I remember you came, I was like, I'm trying to see how I'm gonna say it to him. And normally I'm pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But because I know how passionate you are about it, I'm like, damn, I gotta kind of swing it to him a certain kind of way. So that's where that whole suffice came from. Like, I'll do one.
Right.
I ain't gonna cancel both of them now because that's like, I'm killing the whole scene. I'm like, nah.
Because almost like the original for me, I feel like so the creation of Maine in my head, of course, it was an exaggeration of you. As far as like, I really wanted him to be like this.
That's not loosely based. He was exaggerating. So not loosely based.
I wanted him to be like this player, like this person that just got this.
Yeah, no way, Jose.
Like this whole, like all these women,
right?
All these women that was like, honestly, that was kind of, I don't know if I gotta go back and watch for season 1 because I'm going to be honest with you, when I write stuff, once it leaves the brain, I forget about it. I gotta go back and watch season 1, but we never really addressed why Maine and Tiffany broke up, like why they ended things, like what happened. It was just always mentioned that they realized that they were best apart, and so I think in my head, Maine cheated on Tiffany. That's what I thought.
So I want to touch on that real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you said it because now that's where the whole loosely based don't come apart now, because in real life people might ask me why I'm not with mother my children, something like that, and like, if you don't know me, I'm not gonna say it. It could be a bunch of reasons why. It's not just one reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think the general consensus is that if you're a man and you're doing your own thing and you're not with the women of your kid, it's like you did something to her.
Yo, just looking in real life, just look at what's going on with Tia Mowry and Corey Hodger right now. Like I literally went on her Instagram page and everybody was saying, oh, he must have did something. He must have did something. I'm like, but nobody, like, y'all don't know what the situation is. So it is an automatic assumption that it's always the man that's stepping out. But in this case, with the character Maine, in my head, I was writing him, he did.
As the writing goes, as you watch it, like, and because of behaviors,
right,
you prone to feel that way because he's doing what he's doing, and at a point it seems she's stuck on him.
In the first episode, when Maine went over to Tiffany's house and they did what they did, and then it was in the room, and he basically was just like, what are we doing? Like I said, again, this is one of those things was like, yeah, Maine has, the background of it is Maine did step out a few times, but she's in love with him. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like just one of those things. And then the connection, of course, is deeper because they actually have a child together. So she's stuck,
Another point is, and I want to make sure I get that point off because you said something before, and I ain't gonna cut you off though, but like, you was like that when you wrote the main character, you exaggerated, but you wanted to be like this player, right? Yeah. And I think, at least in my life, and just and like I said, some of the stuff, it could be, we say loosely based, and like you said, it's not that I'm sitting here telling you this, telling you that, telling you that, but as we're talking, we're sharing stories on a podcast with our real life. You gather information from there as well, like, oh damn, that's happening in life, and where I would work that, and just my life in that time span when I met you and talking podcast, whatever. Like, I think that's the general consensus of a lot of people that when I work around, they just feel like if it's a pretty girl I'm next to, like, I gotta be knocking it down, or I gotta be trying to. Yeah. And I had a conversation the other day, and somebody said something I didn't really like it. They was like, "Oh yeah, you," because I can see why something, because you mess with all the girls. Da, da, da. I'm like, that's not true. Right. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But because of, if it's 2, 3, 4 like people you mess with, like for so many people think that means a lot. Right. If it's out of 200 people and y'all mess with 4, like how is that a lot? I don't know. If it's a lot because said person messed with 1 and I did 4, so now it's a lot. That maybe, but like that's not all the girl. But the general consensus is that when you're telling these stories and you talking, it's like, yo, you did that. That's not the case. But in my life, that's kind of how it be sometimes. People just assume that you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that. Hell, but I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, you're doing this, you're that. Like, you get phone calls. Like, you've been around. I've gotten phone calls that I'm saying this. Like, that's just the general consensus. Even people I deal with sometimes, that this is what's going on. You're doing this, and that couldn't be further from the truth most of the time. Right. So,
how was it? because you had your son is played by David Bush. How is it developing that relationship as your chemistry with him, as far as father son versus you actually in real life? You know what I'm saying? Again, you're a girl dad. You got 2 daughters. How was that? How did you use your relationship with your real life kids? How did that translate into your acting with David as far as him playing your son?
That was kind of tough because, like I said, I do got girls and I got nephews, as well. I kind of use that rather than the girls because I don't know. You be more soft with your girls. I'm carrying them around. You see me. Well, I record a podcast, but I held Billy the whole time.
Yeah,
she fell asleep like plenty of times, and so it is a different. I don't know what it's like to have a son. My little brother, the closest thing coming to it. So I tapped into those things, like and how you wrote the script. It wasn't hard to do it talking wise, But what I will say is I tried to step it up in season 2. Which is why, and I was telling somebody the other day, like one of the growth factors I like is that me and him talk so much, like during the filming this time, to where like on camera, which is easy to talk to him. The first time it was like he showed up and we just did it. It was no chemistry. There was no talking. It was like, that's your line, cool.
Yeah.
This time it's like we played so much. You was like, hey, quiet on set. You was like, quiet on set. We were playing so much. We just kept playing. To the point where he couldn't say his line sometimes because like I'm looking at him like he started laughing like it's. So I tried to build it like season 2 because I feel like season 1 I could have, because me knowing me, even though it's loosely based, me knowing me, I'm like, okay, cool. I know that deep down like I would have a closer bond. So, but like I said, I'm an opposite of this. So I'm not trying to add stuff in. I'm just doing whatever the script say. But in a perfect world, if I'm really engaged and I'm really listening and reading the script like I should have did the first season, like really reading, I was like, you know what? Instead of doing this, how about because like my daughter, I like to touch. I would be. How about I just tap on the shoulder? Like it's little gestures you can show like that convey that closeness. Which is why I get people asking me like, "Hey, I wish on the show you had a closer bond with the son." I get it. I'm just doing what the script say. I'm really just going line for line. I'm not doing no extra. I'm not conveying. I'm not even painting a picture when I'm doing it. I'm just like trying to as a first time actor with a big role now, the main role. I'm trying to really like just regurgitate the lines. Which is why I'm not even remixing them. I can't remix them. I gotta remember them first. You know what I'm saying? So season 1 was like, it was a challenge there because you asked me about like to build the relationship. That's what I did on season 2. I tried to do because season 1 I was more so like I ain't never had it to where I'm there for 4 hours. Like if I'm there for 4 hours, I'm sitting down. Then my last 30, I'm the one liner.
Right.
Now it's like no, I got B lines. So I have to make and that was different. So the first season was more just me getting acquainted to everything. So one thing I do want people when they watch it to see like I'm gonna pride myself on is like how I approached each season. I approached season 2 way different than season 1.
So what was your approach?
Season 2, I read the script. I had read-throughs. I read it with my daughters. Like we did read-throughs. I read it with my brother, my sister. No, I'm sorry, not my daughters. My brother, my sister.
Okay.
Because my daughter, I want them to see it. But my approach was just reading each line, then I would try to do it differently next time. Like, what stick more? If I say it this way, what's more like Maine? If I say it this way, like, should I do it word by word how Carton wrote it, or should I like say this word instead? So that's what I was doing. I didn't like because I changed positions in where I work. So my schedule is way more rigorous now. However, I was like, I gotta make time for this, so I made the time for it. And that's how I approached it. I wanted to do more. I wanted to read through with everybody, but it was hard for us to get together.
It was.
So
I think originally you stated that you wanted to do a read through with season 2. And I was like, I just felt like I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. But
I do feel like we could have had a better bond doing it because then you read through a few times in person. And I'm not even an actor, but this is like. From season 1, my mind was just rolling on. Even though we hadn't wrote nothing yet, we didn't know if we were going to do it because everything stopped. But my mind was still going just in case.
Yeah.
And I told myself, once I actually watched season 1 and we were done and I watched it and I seen my way I can improve and stuff, I'm like, all right, we need to do this so we have chemistry because you have real tenured actors on the show, and actors on the show rather, and they can say, hey, you should say it like this. I'm listening to that person. I've seen people come on the show that didn't read the script. They came and they phenomenal. I'm like, damn, I didn't study for a month. And they come here and just...
Which I'm going to say, everybody cannot do that. I would advise because there are actors that can, and actresses that can,
Nah, she killed it.
They can come in and really just look at the script a couple of times and they got it. Everybody ain't got the ability. I would suggest you not do that because that's a quick way for you not to have another job ever again.
So it was 2 actors that did that. You know, I ain't gonna say their name.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, if you watch the show,
Yeah,
and then at the Slim spot, like
Yeah.
them 2, they came and I was super inspired because like here I am studying. I'm like, damn, but they just like, all right, cool.
but that's like I said, that's a special ability. Like there are certain actors who can do that. I know a lot of people that I work with. They're like. They can do it, and I admire that as well.
But I like that.
But everybody was again. I just really want to emphasize.
Don't do it.
I want to emphasize. Everybody can't do that. So if that's not your gift and calling to be able to look at a script one time and memorize it, I suggest you don't do that. But
I like that you mix it up. So you got novice actors like myself who not really acting but just in it. But then you put me with people who are really good actors and actresses.
Mm-hmm.
So like you get confidence, and then I'm seeing them do it. Like so by nature. I'm feeling like, damn, I can't mess up because I don't want to waste her time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, or if I do good, I'm not gonna. Some scenes I feel myself. I did good because you know what I'm saying. Like I'm holding my own with this actress, and I've seen them in your stuff or in other stuff, doing really well. So I'm like, damn, I'm really getting better. You know, I'm starting to think myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was confidence boosting. You know what I'm saying?
What did your family think about after they watched season 1 of the show? Like, what did your daughter say? Your oldest daughter. What did your mom say? What your brother, like your sister, like what did your family like? What they think? So
my brother, he a super supporter of mine. So like he loved it. Like he shared it. He shared everything I did. But really, you know what? It wasn't necessarily family that was like the biggest. They just happy that I was talking and like I'm doing stuff on media. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm always a chill, laid back person. So they like that I'm tapping into different avenues. So my mom, she gonna always love, I'm the oldest. She always gonna love what I'm doing. My brother gonna love what I'm doing. But it was really like, it was more so people that knew me when I was younger, mm-hmm. and seeing me work now. Like that was the most influential comments I got. Like, yo, that was dope. We did that because I'm like, I'm happy that I did it, and I'm proud of the work to put out. But when you see your flaws and stuff, it's hard to really like embrace what people saying it because you feel like they're just saying it to say it. Mm-hmm. But these people that don't have to tell nothing, have to say nothing to me at all. We ain't speaking 10 years. They know it from middle school or high school or whatever. And that's good. Then you got your shout out to Shay Good. You got. I'm thinking about people that really supported, like that was really asking me every Friday, like, yo, when it's coming out, when it's coming out. And they liking it, you know. People at work, you know, they liking it. Like, yo, you did that. That was fire. I'm like, and there's no negative feedback. I'm like, y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see when I messed up. Y'all don't see that. So like, that was good to me because like, I want that stuff though. But that was good. But to answer your question, you said with my daughters. So that is the reason why I approached season 2. I approached it, and I kind of told you like, hey, I'll do it, but I don't want to do no kissing because like, it's not that I don't really do anything too much in front of them. No matter what, like I don't do too much in front of them. Like so. I want them to be able to watch it with me. Okay. So my oldest probably can watch it now. At the time, I felt like no, because she was still she looked older now. I don't know. I treat her different now. She just look older. You know what I'm saying? She's only 10, but I let them watch little bits and pieces of it. But obviously, I didn't want them to see me kissing on camera or nothing like that. So I didn't necessarily watch. I didn't. If she did watch it, I don't know. Okay. But I didn't watch it with her. But this one, I watched it with her. Like it was. That's probably the best feeling I got so far of any kind of acting. Like. Being able to go to I went to Vimeo. I went to Vimeo on the TV and I put it on and we all just watched together. Like that was dope. I mean, like I never thought in a million years I would be like sit down with my kids and like we watch movies all the time. We watch shows all the time. I put it on and be like, Dad, that's you. I'm like, yeah. It felt good. It felt good. That's dope. So like, but season 1 like that gave me the wherewithal to know like, okay, I can do more. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel discouraged, but I knew I can if I felt like if I approached it with more confidence and then also just with more attention to detail, that I'd be good. Cause I'm like, damn, if I got that kind of response from just that one season where I felt like I kind of just showed up and, you know, all right, let's see, I remember the lines. Yeah. Then I felt like if I can put more effort into it, ain't no telling what I can do, how I can look on camera. So that was my goal, just to look way better in season 2. So
did your the mother of your children watch the show?
I don't know. I can't. I never sent it to her. So if she did, okay. If she did watch it, it's probably because she just saw it. You know? Like y'all know each other, so you know maybe from there. But I don't. Like I said, we be having off and on like being cool sometimes. So it's kind of hard. Like we got kids and stuff like that. So you might go sometimes. We speak, you know, obviously for the kids, but you might go time without speaking for a little while, a little dispute here and there, whatever, or and I don't know, I just it's not like I go and tell I'm doing everything. It's like now we got a better relationship now, so
That's
like
good.
it's way easier now. But when you got a little one, and like I said, life is moving.
Yeah.
That's why I said loosely based, because I do have problems in life, you know what I'm saying, and they don't have to necessarily deal with her, but because we live in a small cities a lot of times, some things you do can like affect other relationships. So I might want to hang with another person or something like that. You know what I'm saying? She might want to do something else, but I chose to do that. So now she can't do that. So like you have an issue because, well, damn, you get to do this, you get to do that. You know, so it's stuff like that. But I'm always like I'm always different between the show and in real life. Is if I feel like I'm wrong or something in that aspect of my life, I'll fix it. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to make up for it. But yeah, I don't think we ever spoke. If she did watch it, I won't know. But I've never spoke to her about.
And the reason why I was gonna ask that was if you had said yes, I was gonna say did she think that the Tiffany character was based on her? The answer is no. Because the background story of this
loosely based.
The background story is the child of your mother. She was little when we went to church together. So like she was like she's young. She's way younger than me. So again, like I haven't seen her like since.
I wouldn't say way younger.
She's way younger than me, bro.
She older than me.
Huh?
She older than me.
How old are you?
She older than me, bro.
How old are you, man?
32.
32? 30. Okay. Why do I think
she probably just stayed short? She just short.
Yeah. Why do I think she was? Yeah, I didn't.
You got a pocket. I was like,
I thought she was way younger than me. Well, not that.
She older than me, bro.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Well,
but I you know what's funny? That's a good thing. I never thought about that. I never thought about. I've had this. I can't say that. I've had this conversation. I'm gonna word it perfectly, so I don't disrespect anybody.
Please.
I'm respectful. I've had this conversation with people saying like, and not based off anything other than the acting piece of like the conversation we had, because in the show, Tiffany seems like she runs me sometimes, like she can do any kind of way, and people are like, I can't see you talking to somebody like that. If that makes sense. So they feel like that's not a match. But also, if you think about it in the show, it's not a match. We're not together. That's about not a match. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it all go together. So I get that a lot. Like I can't really see that. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, it's loosely based.
It's not loosely like based, it's. I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of shows out there. Like I said, the shows like you got Martin, Fresh Prince, Hang with Mr. Cooper. Like all those shows they're named after the people that star in them. Steve Harvey show, but it's not necessarily. It's not in those shows. Not a lot of them. Not even necessarily loosely based. It's like they just decide to use the name of the person that starred in it. But I had brought it up to say, like I said again, I ain't seen her since she was a kid. I was a teenager, and I saw her again. I found out that that was one of the kids. I was like, oh, that's small world. So the reason I asked that question, I didn't know she thought that Tiffany was by her.
I never spoke to her about it. So I don't know if she even know I've acted in something like that. So
that would be. I think that would be an interesting conversation. Like just one day, if y'all like down the line, like we go watch the main way, and then like just kind of see what I think that would be interesting to see what her thoughts on it would be. I'm trying to think what it is. Okay, so let's go and jump into this. The antagonist of the series, which is the character Slim.
Yo, people be texting
which is loosely based.
Read the text. Hold up. Go ahead.
Loosely based off of real life Slim. Again, loosely based. I thought the characters of the character man and the character Slim is actually that situation that they have. Now that's actually based off of a real life situation. I definitely wanted to add that situation into the show.
Yeah.
But I gladly did it because then
y'all had got into it.
Yeah. Because I was it is what it is. But yeah, so I just want people to understand. First of all, I just want to put it out there that this is not Maine and Slim in real life. They're real close. They're real good brothers, real good friends. Again, I just thought it would be cool to have two actual podcasters on the show and have their characters be antagonists towards each other.
I'm gonna read two messages real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna touch on what you said, but one message is like, if Maine Way season 2 don't open up with you whooping Slim ass, I'm cutting it off.
Yikes.
See what I'm saying? But, like, it's loosely based, but because people know Slim, people know me, and that's hard because that's my guy. Or like, we really cool. So it's funny to to do that on camera because we so close in real life. Not close, but like that's my friend. You know, we talk all the time. And then another one says, "See, should have knocked Slim out. Should have knocked Slim ass out at the house that day." You know, we having a baby daddy situation. So, it's funny because people watching the show and then they saying stuff about the show, and it's almost like it's not the same. I'm not putting us on that plateau. People say, "Oh, you think you did that?" But you know how we would, like power when people hate Angela.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like it's not real life, bro. Like you could like her in real life. It's just acting.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So people actually really expect me to go fight Slim. You know, like bro, it's just a show. And in real life, I think in the show, that's why it's loosely based. I would show less emotion in real life. Like it wouldn't bother me in real life. Like it's so many people in the world. Like so many matches you probably could have. I'm not going to do a level one person. I'm just not doing it.
So in real life Maine, how would real life Maine have handled finding out that the mother of your child is dating someone that that doesn't like you, like that? Like because again, the character Slim and the character Maine, they don't like each other. They're not cool at all. So how would real life Maine handle the mother of your children going over to enemy territory?
Well, that's funny. When you put it that way, it is different because you're saying enemy territory, and I'm thinking about the actual real situation. The person I don't have a relationship with,
right.
That person that Slim kind of mirrors or whatever,
right?
But that'd be weird. But I wouldn't take it out on her. At all. Honestly, I would just chill. I'll step back and do my thing. As long as I can see my kids, all I care about. Like if I can see my kids, I don't care what's going on. As long as somebody doing nothing to them, I ain't going to interrogate you about nothing. Like, and honestly, because in real life, like I think one dynamic in life, I would tell people like, you gotta really be careful who you have kids with. And I don't have no worries. About nothing. So if she did pick somebody I didn't like, I would be okay with that because I know that my kids are taken care of.
Gotcha.
It ain't nothing personal with me, and I know that the mother of my kids wouldn't do nothing to make me upset on purpose. She's not spiteful. Like we don't have that kind of relationship at all. So if you pick the person you have kids with wisely, and I'm not saying if you don't, then I'm not beating you up about it because it happens. Right. You think a person is one way, you have a kid with them, they show their true colors.
Right.
That happens. But I've been blessed enough to. I wouldn't pick a different mother for my kids ever, like at all. So if that happened, I'd be happy for her. I just move on. Like I'd be happy for her, and then I go from there. Even if I'm not happy, I'm gonna be happy.
Gotcha.
Like she'll never know because I think people deserve the happiness, especially women. Because when people break up and a family break up like that, women usually get the short end of the stick in that, and they have to do so much. So like if that happened in real life and she found somebody and she was happy, I'd be cool with that. Like that would make me happy knowing that. Okay, that's taken care of.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of what, if that person is not happy or whatever, like we don't have to be together, but I'm responsible for that still, not her, but that because she's taking care of something I'm responsible for. So like I have to make sure that community, that home is intact. You
Absolutely.
know? So at least I feel like that. Most people don't, but I feel like that. There's something wrong over there. I feel like I want to know about it so that if I can get somebody to fix it or get somebody to handle it, it can get handled. Because at the end of the day, I got 2 little girls in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I would never. That Maine in this show, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not asking no questions about it. You probably want to know.
I was just about to ask you. That was my next question. What's the differences between you, Jermaine, real life, and Maine on the show? Like, what's the difference?
I think in real life I'm more nonchalant, like, and not that I don't care about stuff. It's just I don't believe in stuff like really making stressing me out. Like I just told you off air. Like I work all day. I ain't supposed to work. That's my day off.
Yeah,
I feel like I worked all day. I don't have time for nothing stressing me out. So like you see me, I will navigate it to a different I will resource that problem somewhere else. Like, I'm not doing that. So in real life, like I'm not coming at you. If I'm upset, then I'm asking you. So like in real life. I don't think we had the scene there per se, but anybody that knows me in real life, I'm upset about something, I do have to ask you and question you. I'm gonna do it in a real chill way, but it's gonna be real drawn out to where like it's gonna seem strenuous to the person. But for the most part, I'm nonchalant. I don't be tripping on that. Like it's a lot of people out there. If somebody, I feel like you gotta know your worth, you know your value. So if I know I'm worth it and my value is this, not saying I'm just Somebody said it the other day to me, like, "Oh, you think you the prize?" Not that I'm a prize and like that, but if I feel how I feel about myself, ain't nobody gonna bring me down. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody does something or is doing something that I feel like is trying to devalue me, move on from it. That's it.
What about some any similarities you think between you and the character?
I podcast. I podcast, yeah. I podcast. I'm trying to think of the positive ones first. I podcast. I'm a dad, right? I got cousins. I got a cousin I love, and we got a good rapport. Any other similarities?
So you would say your personalities are completely different.
Not completely. So I say in season one, I say that season one, I really resonated with the scene where I guess I had knocked it down, whatever, and then she go, "I love you." Yeah, that's like I ain't really big on that, like, cause love is a big strong word.
Yeah.
So like, it's not that I don't want to. It's just that saying that means like it takes everything to a different level to me. And you gotta really mean that. Words matter. Those kind of words matter.
Right.
So I resonate with that scene a lot. I mean, when me and my kid's mom like first like really broke up, it took probably like a couple more months for us to really break up. So I resonate with that part. At the time, just the whole still kind of because that's all I knew at the time.
Right.
So it wasn't that I was going back and forth, because I was kind of like hesitant to leave.
Right.
So I resonated with that at the time. Other than that, though, yeah, I mean, I think Maine is funny on the show. I think I'm funny. I think I'm funnier in real life, though. I joke way more in real life, and that's why I don't be stressing out. 'Cause I like to joke all the time if I can. It's time to be serious, but I like to joke all the time. So I think that's one of the things. I think I turn a lot of my real life bad situations into like satire. So, and we don't really express that so much in the show because I'm kind of the butt of the joke, but I think that's one thing that I do. I joke a lot about a lot of stuff. So,
gotcha. What's one thing that Maine on the show did that you would do differently? Like, what's one situation on the show that he was involved in, or something that happened, something that he did that you didn't like? You were like, "No, I would have did that totally different." Oh
yeah, I definitely would have had some on the podcast. We're not about to be talking.
On your podcast, or you would have went on his?
I wouldn't have went on his.
Okay.
I wouldn't have went on his. I want to talk. There's nothing to talk about.
Gotcha.
That part. So that's another part. Like, so when you I grew up a little different in the show. It don't convey all that. It don't tell your whole background, like where you from, like how your life went, all that stuff. So just how my life went, where I'm from. Like, that's not something I would ever do. Like, if we at odds, we at odds. That's just it. Like, it's nothing else. Like, not saying I can't squash nothing because I'm big. I'm old enough to do so. But like, I'd be honest with you, like the dude George, like you'll never see me doing that with George. Like I just ain't doing it. Like he never did it to me personally, but that's something I can forgive it. I ain't gonna forget it though. You know what I'm saying? So like we'll never have no dealings, ever. I've had people try to get on the show that I feel like is from his thing. I'm like, hey, this ain't it, bro.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna send you somebody else, bro, because that's it. That ain't happening.
What were your thoughts on when that situation was included in the script? Because I thought it was funny.
Because I mean, we got pettiness in us. Like we got a little pettiness. I think God's people all leave a little bit of pettiness. You know what I'm saying? So I liked it though. I liked it because that was easy to pull from. But honestly, in the show at that time, I was over already. You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, in the show, like you wrote it, it's loosely based. People loosely based, right?
Right.
So you wrote it one way, but to me, the writing in real, it's just me now. I'm not trying to big myself up, but the writing in real life is I'm up. You don't like no disrespect, but you don't hear from that person that stuff no more. I don't know what that is no more. That media, whatever, I don't know what it is no more. You don't hear from it. I don't see his stuff. It's like he don't exist no more. So I don't know. Like I'm all the way up to me. So I don't know. Like it's hard. It was hard to pull from at that point because at that point I feel like it was over. Like I got him out of here in a year. Some change. Like that was it. Like once I came on board, there was no more of that. Nobody cared about that no more. This dude's a wave now. So. I couldn't really pull from it like that. So it was hard. It was hard to like, you putting in it was dope because I know what it means. So I can go back to that feeling, but I couldn't pull from there because I wasn't mad no more. I'm up. There's no reason to,
How So, like I said, you
just real quick. I guess I want to tell you the backstory. Can anybody listening that's new don't know? I'm not gonna say his name like that because it's not that deep. But
you did say it.
Whatever. I'm up though. I'm really up though. So it don't bother me.
I literally you. I said he really in my head. I was like,
I probably ain't no telling, but it's no big deal. I work with a guy, and to how at the time, right? I was at a place I was brand new. I was a young kid, 24, ain't know much, but I was in media per se. And I was just doing highlights at the time, but I wanted to get into podcasting. So when I decided to get into podcast, I had my equipment and everything ready. So I came to him because that's the person I know in media. He always walking around like he, big dog, got the cars, and he doing photography. He telling me, I got tickets to this person when they come in town. Make sure you come to my show. I got a radio show. I got this show. All right, cool. I never took him up in the office, but when I wanted to start my own thing, because I knew of him always reaching out, I said, yo, I'm in Mark. I hollered at him about it. I said, yo, I want to do a podcast. Blah, blah, blah. Yo, you think you can help me out with showing me how, do this and do that? Mm-hmm. And he told me, he was like, yo, ain't nobody doing no damn podcast. Like, just come on my show. Like, why you want to do that for? That's dumb.
Wow.
That's kind of how he told me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm younger, so I'm not the same person I am now.
Right.
Honestly, I think, and so much changed my life around that time. I wasn't with my kid's mom. Like, a lot of stuff changed my life at the time. I was just angry anyway. So I think I just changed anyway. But when I started doing the podcasting, I got a little pettiness in me too. I ain't gonna lie. I used people at the store that I worked at to kind of like, I guess, sharpen my conversation skills. Mm-hmm. And I used people I thought had good stories that people want to know. They wasn't known, but I knew them, but they had a good story. Mm-hmm. And what happened was I started making shirts and stuff. I made myself. I paid for, make the money on the shirts. But what I knew he would have to do is he had to see them because he had to be at work. Mm-hmm. So if everybody at work wearing my shirt, he got to see that. Mm-hmm. So now it comes back. It's getting back to me like he's saying, telling people like, don't do a show. Like, don't do a show. Come on my show. So now I'm getting guests. He's trying to get them guests on to come on his show, but it's not equaling. My content is just way better than his content. It's not equaling up. And I could see it little by little. It was killing him for like a year. It was just killing him, eating away. And I'm just going up. And mind you, I'm not doing it at this point to get at him. I have a plan in place. I'm using that plan. But I'm sprinkling a little pettiness in there every now and then with the shirts and stuff. If he worked in his department, I get everybody in the apartment a shirt. You won't see it today. You know what I'm saying? He had blocked me. He did all this. But my thing was, it's not that it was a real issue. We had other issues after that too, don't get me wrong. But that started it. But it was more so like, I came to you because I thought, that you was at a place where I wanted to get, but I respected that place you was at. Mm-hmm. And that's why when you see me, anybody do a podcast, I was on the phone a little while, anybody do a podcast, I'm usually more than willing to help them. I never want anybody to feel like how I felt. Right. Cause I feel like, damn, you've been asking me to do this, but like when I start to do it, it's like you shit on me a little bit. And then when I make a little headway, I'm not taking your people from you, but I'm putting content out, which is good, and I'm starting out good, and I'm getting good reception. Everybody in the store talking about it. Then the branch out to Augusta and stuff, and you hate on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't forgive that because I gave you a chance to be able to be like, yo, yeah, that's my man, yeah, he doing a good job. You didn't want to do that. Right. Tell me to kiss your ass pretty much. Yikes. So that's just what it is.
Jinkies. So with that being said, when you did the scene first season with Slim, let's talk about that because y'all both had a little difficulty. So yeah, because you guys, both of y'all podcast in real life, and I think it's a little bit more difficult for you guys to follow a script of you guys actually podcasting. Like, so let's talk about the challenges of acting like a podcaster on the show versus actually being a podcaster.
So that it was challenging because I'm stuck at a crossroad of I respect you enough to want to say what you wrote down because I feel like your writing is great. I want to say that, but I also how our podcast, right? We don't have no papers. Right. We just go with the flow and we hope that and usually it is. So I was teetering at like, damn, what do we do? This is our podcast all the time. We don't have no problems. It's hard for me to look across, and then that table is small. It's hard for me to look across the table and really be mad. Right. I honestly, me thinking now, what I should do is like, hey, Carlin, is there a way we could do this? I can say my lines, and then he just say his line like separately. I feel like that'd be more editing, I know, but it would be more different because I'm looking at nobody. Right. Here it is. It's like this, and I'm supposed to look at you mad, but you ain't did nothing to me. You my man, really. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I'm looking at you mad, but. And they only see the camera on me, but they're not seeing how you're looking. And it's similar like this. You know what I'm saying? Like He's smiling, and then, but see, I was, and Slim, you messed up because I was nice enough to when he went, I'm looking down, so I'm not distracting him.
Yeah,
but I'm going. I'm like, bro, what are you looking at me for? Don't look at me. Like, don't look at me. I'm trying to.
And it's
act.
funny because again, I can't see that. Like I'm looking because my camera, I'm looking straight at you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I didn't see anything Slim was doing at all. That's great. That's funny.
And it's like, bro, look down, turn around, don't. And I should have just don't even be there. Just get out, go home. Like, let me do my line. So, but that was hard for me to really do because I couldn't distinguish the two. And like, that's my man's. But like I said, I couldn't pull from that place of being upset. Honestly, if he was thinking, like I said, my acting, not that I'm better acting at, but my way of approaching acting is so different now that I would have been like, hey, let's do this. Let's put a picture of this person there instead. I feel like I could have pulled from that more. I wasn't thinking. Like I said, I didn't read it. I was coming in like it was work. I was clocking in and just coming to work.
Got you.
I didn't know what the game plan was going to be. But I even approach life different now. Like how I work different now. Like I go to work, I'm driving thinking of plan for the day. I wasn't doing that. I work, I come here, I'm sitting down, I wait till you come here. Hey, what's the plan? What's the lines? You know that we asking, what's the payback for the lines? We don't even know. And I know you're like, damn, I ain't think. I told you 2 weeks ago we were gonna be doing that 7. You know what I'm saying? But my mind, the way I approached it was different. That's why I tried to approach this one super different. I tried to approach it where like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we still messed up lines like that, but I feel like for the most part, I tried to approach it where like, I didn't want to finish the scene until I feel like it was done either. I didn't want to do a scene and think it could be done, knowing I done studied 20 times and I want to make sure it's right. Yeah. So like, I just approached it differently and I thought about how I was gonna look on camera. As I'm acting versus the first time I'm just acting, I'm like, all right, whatever he put out. Right. It's just not right, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think y'all have there is a scene between character Maine and character Slim in season 2. Y'all haven't gotten there yet, but the approach of it was different. I gave y'all more leeway. I told y'all, I said, well, I'm gonna write in the script. I'm gonna give you lines that I need you to say to go with the story, but then after that, it's just podcast, and then just go from there. I definitely think it was a lot smoother. Even I still had to give y'all a little notes, like, but remember y'all adversaries, y'all not cool. So like there was certain times I had to kind of do the little reminders or whatever as far as your character's concerned. But I think everybody's approach to season 2 was a lot different. I think everybody definitely a lot of growth. And I was crazy physically growth. David grew. I didn't realize. I was talking about that. So I didn't realize how. Yeah, I did watch the first episode of season 1, and recently, and then of course I made it in season 2. I'm like, yeah, he was really. I don't remember him being that small then, but
Kobe was good to him. Kobe was good to him.
I was like, yeah, he done grew and he just voice deep and everything. So it was. Like I said, but I just think everybody just grew as far as the show is concerned. But
I feel like that was season 2. Season 2 was really about growth. Like it's a short season, so it's about growth. Like really, and every character grows.
I think, and I want to touch on that too, because I know people are probably gonna look at me like, dang, why does? So it's only gonna be 3 episodes in season 2, and then the show's actually over. And I did that because I hate unresolved shows. Right. We talked about this several times on Fire&Ice. And I don't want to do that to my audience. And I knew you was getting busy. It was hard enough shooting season 2 with the cast now. And I was like, I don't even think we're going to even make it to season 3, honestly. Yeah. So I was like, I think we need to go ahead and wrap this thing on up with a bow and go ahead and keep it moving. And we decided, actually Kevin Hart really inspired me with his show, True Story. They called it a limited series. I was like that. We're gonna start calling that joint. We're gonna just start calling this a limited series. So the main way is officially a limited series. The other show that we have, My Life, limited series. So like we just kind of just give y'all a little something, go and wrap it on up. But I think season 2 was dope. Of the main way, like I said, I the first 2 episodes were edited. I sent you the second one. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I ain't watching it. I watch it with my kids tonight.
Okay.
I'm trying to watch every episode with them. Gotcha. I want to watch it with them. So.
Gotcha. So yeah, coming in? So watching episode 1, season 2. Cause I know you see to watch it with your kids. Like, what was your thoughts watching it? Like, what was like? Just give me the play-by-play of. Cause you ain't seen them. Like I said, episode 2 is actually the first episode I sent to you in advance. I didn't send you episode 1, so you watched it when it came out with everybody else.
Yeah. I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that it's definitely different from episode 1, season 1 to me. I guess I'm just watching the similarities of it. I think that I guess in myself, I see more confidence on screen than the first time. I don't know. Like I watched it a lot of times. I guess I like it. The first season 1, I didn't watch episode 1 a lot of times. I watched it and then I was like, let me see what everybody else say real quick. Maybe I don't think they see what I'm seeing. Let me see what everybody else say. But this one, like I watched it and I watched it again and like I was like, nah, I like this. Like I felt real confident in the product you put out. Like and that didn't feel confident in the first one, but I knew my struggles in the first one. And I guess since I'm in the room as it's going on, and when it finally come out, I'm like, okay, well, don't know your editing skills is amazing, so it looked way better than what it is in the room. But in this season 2 episode 1, when I watched it, I'm like, when I liked it. Even from the first one, like I'm looking at the camera and say, I hate change. I'm not even thinking like, damn, okay, I was gonna look that long. So I'm saying it in real time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thank God I held it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of that. And me watching it and not going back to the script to see what's really going on. Like I'm a fan because when you shoot stuff, you shoot out of sequence.
Right.
So I only know what the schedule say. The schedule say we shooting the last scene today or the first. No, I'm going off that. I don't know what none of it is. Right. So I'm not even piecing all this together. I'm just knowing what we shooting.
Right.
So I don't know. I felt like a fan, but I loved it. I sent it out on my social media, of course, and then I sent it to my mom, my aunt. My aunt loved it. I had people at work asking about it. They loved it. So somebody, shout out to Miss Lawanda. She hit me. No, she had her son up who works with me, and she was like, "Hey, tell Jermaine he need to add acting to his bag." I said, "Oh, don't get me started now. Don't get me hyped. Don't get me hyped. Don't get me hyped." But nah, it was dope. And the dopest thing about it was, and I know you asked about season 2, but the dopest thing about it was, and everybody that watched it asked for season 1. So like, I don't know, just like it's almost like it's coming back.
Well, you have to remember we went through a whole transition, which is officially something I'm not talking about ever again. But we we lost the thing, and so that the main way was a part of that transition, unfortunately.
Right.
So a lot of people that probably would have knew about season 1 didn't have an opportunity to season 1 because that whole situation happened. So yes, I think it is a resurgence. I think that's the beautiful thing about doing a series. Like when you put a new season out, it's like, especially if it's like really good.
Yeah.
People be like, oh yeah, I need to check out what happened before that. You know what I'm saying? So that is dope. That's cool. So yeah, y'all definitely check out season 1. It'll give you kind of what happened as far as where we are now and everything, and give you a foundation. That's what I'm looking for. Give you a foundation of where we are now and everything.
One thing about season 1, episode 1, season 2, I want to say is that when you're not there for every scene being shot, you also see other things. So I have to watch it as a fan as well because I can't follow the storyline either. I don't know everybody. I'm not reading everybody else's scenes.
Yeah.
I'm reading mine so I can see how I want to react. You know what I'm saying? Which also I want to change. I want to read everything now because their scenes is kind of telling me how I need to act in other scenes. You know what I'm saying? But as I'm watching, I'm like, that's dope. I wasn't there for that. Okay, that's crazy. And then I'm seeing things we shot, people in there. So I'm seeing all the magic you're putting together when you're doing this scene. So like, I think that's probably the best thing for me because like obviously I'm there and I got the scripts. I can always read it anytime I want to. But I think the dopest thing is 2. 1, the main thing was me watching my daughters. Like that was just dope for me because they just sitting down eating their popcorn and stuff. We watching like it's a real movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's amazing. My daughter asked me questions and play it again. I like that. But then seeing the magic you put together where it seemed like everybody in the room together, we not in the room together. Everybody not there when everybody recording. So like, or me being there seeing that this person wasn't there when we filmed, but somehow, some way you make it look like they are. So I like that side of things.
Power of editing.
Yeah, man, you do a good job, man. Editing, writing, you wear all the hats.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. What was I about to ask you? It was about episode. Oh, I sent you. I did. So you do have a clip that you did put out on social media. It is a clip of episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah.
Where Maine is talking to the sex expert. we can talk about that. What was your thoughts on that scene?
On that scene, I loved it. I like that scene, man.
Shout out to Shataria Stokes, who made a special guest appearance. So,
and you know, I'm always talk about Shataria that she's a good actor. She's pretty and all that stuff. Like I always joked and said that on Fire and Ice. So really being a pro from acting, like I'm being professional, so I'm not like flirting or doing nothing crazy. I know how you gotta be professional in that setting, but. It was dope to do that scene with that person because, like I said, I look at her or just them on the show as real actresses. Like I really respect what they do. So at first it was kind of like, okay, damn, kind of intimidating. But in the same breath, it's like, well, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. So I tackle it that way.
Y'all have great chemistry, by the way. Like I was putting it together. I was like, okay.
Hey, I just tapped into. I was trying to act. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it's loosely based. I'm just acting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just acting. So, but it was easy. She made it easy because she knew her stuff and she could bounce over whatever I was saying. Like I didn't feel like I was pressured to say any kind of words or. Plus, it's flirting. Like who don't flirt? You know what I'm saying? Like
would Maine in real life
knock it down? Like not her, but not like a sex expert. Not her. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I keep it.
No, I know. 100%. We know. We're not talking about the actors. I'm talking about like the characters. Would Maine in real life? Would that be something? A situation Maine in real life? Would that occur?
Like knock a sex expert down?
Yes.
You know, honestly, in the show, because of how the show is conveyed, no. You know why? Because I don't mix this with anything else.
Okay.
Like you're never gonna see.
Yeah, I meant like actual guests on the.
No.
Okay.
Like no, like now. I'm not opposed if I was single, all this, like if I was just, I'm not opposed to messing with somebody like that was on early, like later on or something like that. But I'm saying like if I got you on and you're not gonna be doing that because I can't professionally. I won't be in that professional mindset. I'm not gonna put that to the side. But I've never like mixed the two. Ain't nobody in the city outside the city I can say. Yeah, he tried to get me on because he was just flirting with me. It's always strictly business when you come in here. We'll joke, talking, whatever, but. It's always strictly business. Like,
and that would be, and that's gonna be addressed again on the episode too, where the cousin, of course, he's gonna come in and say.
So yeah, Maine in real life I would not do that. No,
gotcha.
I would not. Sex expert, not pretty girl, not. I don't have people in here that's attractive, not attractive, whatever. Like I've never done that. And even if they try, like I actually, if I have a guest in real life, I have a guest lined up. And I feel like they're I won't do them. Like I won't. I just fall back from it.
Gotcha.
Because I care about this a lot. So, sex is out there. Okay. That's at least for me. It's never been hard to like necessarily get. So it's out there. That's fine. This is hard to maintain professionalism. That's a hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the truth. Loosely based.
Loosely based.
You know
what
I'm saying?
Yeah, so we're gonna close in a second, but I really actually want to divulge something a little behind the scenes. This is the director's cut, so I want to divulge something, and you don't even know this, I think. So originally, season 2 was gonna be a little longer, obviously, and the storyline was gonna be completely different than what the people were gonna see, and I feel like we're in a space to talk about that.
Yeah, so what was it gonna be?
Well, first of all, before you gave me my no kissing boundary,
real quick, I want to say about that because when I gave you that, I felt like the show was over when I said that. I was like, damn. But it took me a minute to tell you that. I was like, hey, we can do it, but I ain't trying to kiss nobody. I don't want them problems. I don't want to kiss nobody. And we say loosely based, but the thing is this, like. My life be crazy sometimes.
Gotcha.
You never know like what's going what's going on in life outside of this. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
And I got enough problems after this.
Here's the thing, though. I think the reason why I was a little bit more lenient with you is because again, you're not an actor. So like I feel like if you were like, oh no, I'm out. You know, you going out. You need street all the time. I'm an actor. I'm an actor. I'm professional all the time. And then I'd be like, really, nigga. But no, I was like, okay, this is something that he doesn't want to do. So how can we fix it? But yeah, so this was the original. This was how I was originally gonna go. There was the episode of the title of the first episode was gonna be called "You Make Me Wanna." And I don't know if y'all notice, I don't think people pay attention to titles, but if you notice, each title of the episode is a song. title. So this was gonna be based off of Usher's song "You Make Me Wanna,"
I sung that when I was little, but go ahead. I sung it in the family function.
Oh wow,
it's on video somewhere. I hope it never get out.
Oh wow. So basically, how I was gonna start off was we were going to meet one of Tiffany's like best friends, like real close friends or whatever. There was gonna be the secret to come out was, she has a child. Like she has a child or whatever. But she's involved with somebody, she's either already married or engaged to somebody else or whatever. But the secret was gonna be that character Maine and this best friend had messed around while, he was with Tiffany. And he was the one that got her pregnant.
Oh, thank God.
So it was going to be I was trying to figure out how can we show that he has 2 kids because Maine got 2 kids in real life. So I was trying to figure, but I knew Tiffany wasn't going to be pregnant again by him. So I was like, how we going to do this? But it's going to be a whole look because, I like drama. Me as the writer, I love drama and complicated storylines. So I feel like this would have been, because how it was going to be was the best friend, the man that she's with, he would have thought the child, he thinks the child is his.
Gotcha.
So it's a whole convoluted thing of Maine trying to navigate, okay, I got this other kid, but the kid doesn't know that I'm actually the father. And this whole, again, you messing around with the best friend.
Right.
There's a whole little soap opera situation. I was trying to funk it up for season 2. But Maine shut me down.
I said no kissing.
Maine shut me all the way down.
Somehow, some way, without kissing, we couldn't do that. So, I'm
gonna tell you this. It could have been done without it. I think for me, I would have wanted to show the flashback of everything going down. But it definitely could have been done without it. Another reason why I scrapped it was once again because we were in a pandemic. And again, I think I saw your life get a little bit more busy, and again, acting's not your passion. So I felt like, all right, let's go ahead and take this complicated storyline, because there was no way I could wrap that storyline up in one season.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go ahead and throw that out, and let's kind of go ahead and wrap this thing on up, and let's have Tiffany be pregnant, and
it's not mine,
and not and not yours, and she's trying to move on with her life. What are your thoughts? Because we did in episode 1 with Tiffany announcing that she's moving. What are your thoughts on that? As far as her saying, I'm taking Trey with me and everything, the son with me and everything.
Like in real life or just the show?
Like, I want to get both of them. Real life. Let's do the show first, and then let's do real life.
In the show, I understand it. From me looking at it, just assuming how the dynamic of things. Slim Pipe is the breadwinner between the two. Mm-hmm. So if he moves, that's where she gonna go, because he's taking care of them. They got a family starting now, so it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. I get people joking saying, he's taking your family. It makes sense though. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. In real life, I only had that conversation one time with my kid's mom about possibly moving. And like I said, if it's for the better of the present future, and better in their career, make more money, you gotta be down. You gotta salute it. Now that'd be different for me, but once again, like, I'm not saying it because I'm on camera, not saying that because it sounds good to say. But if that's gonna help somebody be happy or just be content with life, cool. I'll be alright. I'm gonna find a way to. My life has always been like that all my life. I'm gonna adapt to whatever. So if it's adapting to only seeing them a certain time of the year, I have to do that. If I have to spend more money to see them differently, I'll do that. I don't mind. Like, it won't bother me. But it just gotta make sense. If it's going to be where she's happy but they not, then it don't make sense. But everybody gotta be happy. Not me, but everybody gotta be happy. If everybody's happy, I'm usually pretty good. Like, I'm gonna be happy regardless. I wake up in the morning, wash my face, I'm good. I'm good to go. I look outside the window. If you know me, I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, look outside the window. I'm happy, bro. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
That's what's up.
No matter what the view is. It could be an ugly view, a beautiful view. I'm gonna get inspired somehow, some way. I'm gonna be happy. So I'm good. it don't take much. I'm a simple person, bro. Yeah. It don't take a lot to make me happy.
What let's give the creative hat to you. I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions. They coming to me as we talking. I'm gonna give the creative hat to you. What if you were the writer, creator of The Main Way? What would you have liked to see?
Oh, I have liked the scene.
That don't even sound right. What would have you
Yeah,
have liked to have?
being funny. I won't being funny.
I know. So what would you have liked to see on the show? Ooh, please talk like you got a college education, Carlton. Ooh, okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I mean, like I said, the show it's definitely short and it's good because we were missing the lines anyway, so we probably couldn't take a longer thing. But if in a perfect world it could be longer, maybe more. Like it's so crazy because like I posted a screen recorded a video, a part of the season 1 of the real, and like I said, this is how not confident I was in my acting. I ain't never watched that back, and I always said I would, but because I kept seeing my flaws, I stopped watching it. And I went back. I said, "Damn, this scene is a good scene." I thought I did good in that scene. She did really good in that scene. The reel I posted, and I was like, "It's a good dialogue." That's one thing I probably want to see more of. Like, I know we acted and stuff, maybe more podcasting. Like, I don't know how that would have looked. Whether you say, "Hey, I just talked for 20 minutes," that's a lot of editing. That's a lot to do. But that's one thing I probably would want to see. Like, more of the podcast and sense, because then I think we could have broke it up, reeled it up, all that stuff. Real was not at the time, but we could have reeled it, broke it up. You don't know if it's real, if it's fake, which is why I think they're really doing real well, because they don't know if it's a show, they don't know if it's really talking. People was like, "You shut up, you Kevin Samuels." Like, whoa, not Kevin Samuels. That's acting, bro. That's not my real thoughts or nothing. It's just, but because I podcast, they can't distinguish the two. So I would have wanted to see more of that. You only fit but so much in real time, but I would have wanted to see more of Slim, his side of things. Like, like what does he work? Because you got my side of podcasting. What is his side of podcasting going to do a little bit? What does Tiffany do? Does she even work? Like, I'm thinking of questions I have now. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's all I can think of off the top of my head that I would have wanted to see. As far as it conveying a deeper message and you getting more into the characters. That's it. But I think everything else you got into every character just where you need to be. But like I said, it's a limited series, so even the characterization, everybody's limited. You gotta pull from that and take what you want from that. Take what you want. Make your own opinion on the character.
Gotcha. Yeah,
but I like that. I like the right. The second season more so than the first. Like, I don't think it was nothing I saw like, damn, we could have did this, we could have said this. I liked everything. I thought it all was good. I liked it all. I liked it all. So, but like I said, I haven't finished second season yet. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But reading it and like everything I saw, it was nothing. I was like, damn, why couldn't I say this? Or why couldn't I? It was not. The first time I was thinking it because I was just more so shy of something, so I had to say like I would say it this way. But because I know, like, this is Carlton got this, I'm going ahead and doing what you say do. But for all the creative side, I think that's it. Just I would have wanted to see just more podcasting always around.
Gotcha.
Maybe Tiffany going to podcast. I don't know. And say something about her baby daddy, or say these wild stuff. Maybe she on a Slim podcast talking about love. I don't know, like something funny like that. That I'm thinking now, like maybe that'd have been cool, to see, but. You know how this world is. You know how we do out here sometimes. You got a problem. It was time when we went to the event, you got a problem, you got a show. Yeah. I ain't going on social media. I'm going to just mask it, talk about it some way, shape, or form in here. Right. They going to feel it. You go from there. I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think it's real realistic. And that's all I care about, whether it was like, it can be realistic. And I think that's what I liked about it.
I think you got everybody conveyed the realness of that situation. I feel like you could watch the main way and you know somebody, or you can identify yourself with a character on the show. Yeah,
definitely. I think, like you said, the season 2, I think we tackle a lot. Everybody tackled their roles and just everybody knowing it's closing. So I think everybody get it all because it's a closing series. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you get more people for some reason when you like, hey, it's it after this, ain't no more. Right. For some of us, that's all. That's it. Ain't more screen time. Some of us not actors. Slim may never act again. I may never. It depends.
Slim called himself one take Drake. So
that's another thing. See, Slim cursed us saying that one take Drake, and then we took 1,000 takes. You know what I'm saying? So,
what was your we'll close it out after this. What was your favorite scene, season 1 and 2? Like, what's your favorite scene of the whole show?
So can I say I say this for season 1, I can say my most memorable scene. And
Okay.
I'm not dissing nobody. I'm not saying nothing bad. I promise you. So let me just hear me out. It's just the fact that you know how I felt about the kissing.
Yes.
So when we got there and stuff, right? Mind you, I'm not. This is a different world to me. So I get there, we talking. I'm like, damn, does she know she kissing me? I'm not an actor, so it's going through my mind.
Yeah.
But I had already stopped at the store because I'm ready. Talking to somebody at the time, which that wasn't really an issue because I already told her this is gonna happen in a matter. But I remember, I don't know if I told you this, I remember like I had a whole pack of gum.
No,
a whole pack.
I don't remember.
Tried it. I bought the whole thing. I chewed every bit of it.
Nigga.
I promise you. So like I didn't feel none of the kiss at all. My tongue was damn near numb. It smelled good. I mean, you know, it was minty, but I didn't. And let me tell you about this guy called. That's the funniest thing, right? So I'll tell you know, I'm like, yeah, I wanted to. So we do the first scene, and I promise you, at any scene, the reason why it's memorable because I knew how I felt. Because I'm like, damn, okay, I got the kissing scene coming out. You know, not that I'm scared to kiss. Cause I can kiss, but I just like, you know, I never think I have to kiss just to do that.
Yeah.
So we do the first scene. We do it. Boom. We knock it out. Carton. All right. One more time. Whoa. Why? that first one was good. Why are we doing it again? That was good enough. Why are we doing it again? I'm like, I get the last two pieces. All right, we're gonna go. Let's go. And I go and I do it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my most memorable scene because I remember, like I said, the person I was talking to at the time, I went to see it afterwards, and I was like, hey, I gotta tell you something, man. I had to kiss somebody today. I'm just letting you know, man. I ain't tasted. I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know. I just I just been told them stuff, and that was funny. But my favorite scene to shoot. See, my favorite scene that I shot, it would be a toss up between the one with Shatari in there, and then in here with her as well. It's the same day with here. I don't give the scene away, but you know, and here with the scene where we get caught up doing whatever. That's probably my favorite scene, just because I'm not trying to say it, but I felt like I was more me than any time. I felt like I just felt like, you know, I just, you know, knocked it down, you know, home run, you know, out the park. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel sometimes, you know, when you get done, you feel like, yeah, that's me. So I was able to tap into that very easily. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was the most favorite scene, just because like everything in it, I don't know how it's gonna look on camera, but everything, how I felt, I didn't feel like I had to be camera. I know how to look when you just tore it up. I know how to look. I know how that feels. So that's probably my favorite scene. My favorite scene to see though was it had been like it was like one of the going away scenes, something like that. That was my favorite thing to see. Like seeing Slim and them, all of them film like on the wall or something like that. When it was Slim, Tiffany, my cousin, you know, his girl, they was on the wall. I think because they kept messing up. So it was dope to see them mess up. Like, it's funny. The best thing about acting is when you don't have a scene. Cause like you're like, hey, no, just say it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy. Like, no, don't do that. Just do this. So that's my favorite part about the acting scene. Like when you don't have a scene, but you could be like the coaching person. Oh, I love it. And then like I said, the season 2, I think everybody was more loose, so we just joked a lot. So sometimes you don't see it because you're in the camera. We like watch somebody film, you know, watch somebody doing this, so they messing up with it, and you gotta hold it together. So now it was cool, man. Season 2 was like, it was bittersweet because like, you know, it's ending, but it's like now it's like I feel like even though we all couldn't record together all the time, I feel like we was around each other and we joked a lot, and it was just like just more cohesive. Then the first one was just all business. Yeah. All right, you got your clothes? Come on, let's go. No talking, nobody say nothing. But season 2, we conversing. You like, hey, all right now, come on, I got stuff to do. Come on. So yeah, I think that my favorite one is with Shatari. I think she's just a good actress, and I think it made it easier for me. It made it easier for me. Like when somebody acting like that, and I know my lines, they did make it easy. I cut it off a few times, like, but it made it seem so organic. Whereas like, you know, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. It was none of that. Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like genuine conversation. Yeah. So that's why I like the scene so much. It just flowed so well. It flowed so well. So yeah, definitely. But I think my favorite thing about like the whole show is placement. Wearing certain things, whether it's the hat, whether it's the shirt, whether it's the sweater. Like I like to see that on camera because that live forever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. for people. You don't have to. I don't have to wear somebody's shirt. I can wear my own stuff all the time. I think I like that the most. Like seeing. So you creating something, we creating something. Somebody else created something, but we're putting that creation on top of our creation while we creating this stuff. It's like it's just a bunch of creation type of creation. I like that. I like that. I think that's dope. And as I'm acting and that's why I got certain clothes and stuff here. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on. Mm-hmm. It's just dope to do. I don't know. I like that stuff, man. What about you? Like, what was your favorite? What you feel like your favorite scene was in this whole thing?
Oh man,
because you seen all the scenes. I didn't see all the scenes. You seen all the scenes because you shot everything.
Right.
All 100% of it.
Definitely in season 1, my favorite scene was when you was talking to old girl. Y'all's podcasting. Y'all talking. She was talking about upgrade you and that sort of stuff. That was a great scene. That's one of my favorite scenes. Definitely.
That's the real I made. That was the real.
Yeah.
It did numbers too.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was a good scene. I just like you have a smirk.
People said that was more me. It's like
you have a smirk, and it's like that just came out, and that was I think that's what really gave it because he was like that looked like I was like yeah I got you B. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know what's funny is this is I know out the way, but like somebody told me something today. They were like, I mentioned somebody saying I was a bully, right? Mm. But the person sent me text messages. I ain't gonna get to all everything he said, but the first part was very true, and that's why I'm not mad about it. But I'm not a bully though. But he was like, yeah, man, I'm getting tired of your condescending attitude, and that's definitely me, bro. I promise you that's me. Like, so he was dead on. I couldn't get mad. Like this nigga dead on. He dead on point, and that's what that is. Like it's like a condescending smirk. Like yeah, but it's like, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's me all day. You know, we joke on the pod sometimes. You say something that we talk for 2 hours. We pod for 2 hours. You say something at the 7-minute mark that I don't agree with. At the 28-minute mark, I'm saying something about it. And then 35-minute mark, you saying something about it. And then later at the end of the podcast, I finally try to get you last minute. But you said that earlier, That's how it always was. Yeah. You just the same way. You just kind of like, got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go and trip up. You know what I'm saying? That's what she did in the thing. But that was my favorite scene, so for real.
Yeah.
It just looked, I don't remember in real time shooting it. I do remember it wasn't a long scene to shoot because she was really good.
Yeah.
Another one really good. But that's the first time I realized, okay, cool. I don't have to look at the person when I'm acting. I can look through them or over them, whatever. And I wish I would have shot the Slim and some scene first because when I shot that one, I felt like I was more prepared. But yeah, she made it super easy. But on camera, looking at that scene, that's probably my favorite scene on camera so far that I've seen, as opposed to me talking in the podcasting sense. Yeah. Even in season 2 so far, like that probably my favorite scene on camera. If I had to send something to somebody, it's season 3 on Brother, and then it's that. Yeah. Those two, definitely.
Gotcha.
Because it's not acting. I was just being me.
Yeah.
But it looked like acting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was dope.
Definitely. And then, like I said, then for season 2, definitely, and then y'all will see it, the scene with Slim and the characters Camilla, where they're talking about sex and men and women and everything. Just that's again, that scene was really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy putting it together. The way y'all was talking to each other, it was mostly the eyes, I think. It was all about the eyes. I always talk about this. Little sidebar. Whenever I watch Power, Raising Kanan, I'm such a big fan of Joey Badass. It's his eyes. It's his like. I mean, like I said, he's good job, overall, bro. But it's the intensity in the eyes. That's what it is. It's all about eyes for me. It's the same thing I said about Little Murder from P Valley. It's the eyes. Like you can convey so much in your eyes, and I think just with you and Shatario when y'all was filming together. Y'all eyes were saying more than what your mouths were saying, and like you could really see like the emotion and honestly the sexual chemistry between loosely based the sexual chemistry of the characters.
So what the
sexual chemistry of the characters loosely based.
Great acting, man. We did some great acting.
Nah, y'all did that. Y'all really did that.
Great acting.
So we're about to close out. Is there anything that you want to say about the Maine way?
I want people to watch it, like it, share it, give me feedback, what you like, what you didn't like. We all up for it. Be respectful though. We all up for it. You know what I'm saying? Because people say some wild stuff.
No, they do. They do.
Support my guy Carlton Clay. You know what I'm saying? This is just one of many amazing shows he got. It's not amazing because I'm in it. It's amazing because he wrote it.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
Seeing the vision. taking a gamble on some non-actors. You know what I'm saying? Being patient with some non-actors when they don't forget, when they remember their lines. Just not making us feel like we were a burden on the set. That's the main thing. Like you mess up and like we look at you as like, you know, so we trying to get right. And so for you to be as patient as you was and just making sure we got through the lines and saying, you know what, hey, just do it this way. Just the coaching aspect of it. Just say it this way. You ain't got to, oh man, you know, forget the line. Say how you want to say it and then go from there. Like little thing like that make you appreciate the person that's directing, because you can easily be like, hey, well, you can't get the line right. What's up? You could be differently. You know what I'm saying? But the chemistry there was dope. Picking an amazing cast. Everybody you picked in the cast, I feel like we got a good camaraderie. Either we know each other outside of here, so it was a little easier, or we got to know each other, so that was dope. Scheduling, you know what I'm saying? Just, and my schedule is hectic, so you being able to work around the schedule was good without making me feel like, you know, I'm not accessible enough. It's like you worked around all that stuff, meanwhile doing everything you had to do. So I always commend you because like you write, you direct, you edit. I know how it feels to set up, produce, match audio, edit. I know how it feels to do that. So I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely shout out to you, man. And then you do so many other things. You know, this is like not at the top of your list to do things. So like you even doing it and being that patient, it mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because you can either do it and say, look, I got 30 minutes of film, so let's go. But you came in, you know, you take the time. All right, go change clothes. You ain't bring the clothes. All right, damn. All right, well, what can we do? How can we, you know, redo it? So I like that. You know, you do a good job of doing that. So
I appreciate that, bro. I mean, like I said, I care.
I'm always say the good things about you because I know everybody ain't gonna always try to say the good things about Carlton. They don't want to. I like to say the good things about Carlton. You know what I'm saying? and I don't know I don't know anybody experience with you on set, but I know for me seeing you, whether it was Maine way or any other things you did, you always super professional. You always business oriented, and that's it. I never seen nothing else other than that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I care. This, even though this show,
and that's not loosely based.
That's man. That's thank you. I mean, like I said, even though this show is considered a limited series, I still care. I really wanted to make sure I put out the best product that we could, and I feel like we did that. So I hope everybody really enjoys it. I want to close on this note because I want to, you know, speak to Maine's audience. For people who may not know, my spoken word album is for your consideration for a Grammy for best spoken word and poetry album. Dope. So anybody that's listening to any show that's on Maine's network, if you are a voting member of the Recording Academy, I really ask that you please vote for me. I would really, really, really appreciate it. This vote means that it can move me a step closer to actually being nominated for a Grammy. This is something I really did not seek. This is something for me, poetry just an outlet. And I got to give a shout out to my guy, Claude Deuce, who really helped me put me on this path. And a big shout out to my guy, Danny Blaze, D&Y Blaze, who produced the entire project.
Shout out to D&Y, man.
So yeah, so like I said, if you are a voting member of the Recording Academy, I please ask that you please vote for me. I just want to put it out there because you never know who's listening. And, you know, again, we always say we got different audiences. So, you know, somebody that is on your audience, they may know somebody.
Right.
So, but again, we appreciate you guys so much for listening to Fire and Ice, the director's cut. And y'all check out the Main Way. Make sure you subscribe to thevpntv.com. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll chop it up next time.
Episode dropping on Friday.
Yeah, new episode dropping on Friday. So,
and I'll put the link in the YouTube description and any description I got, whether it's SoundCloud, YouTube, podcast, whatever. I'll put it in there. It's on Fridays. If you're watching this late and it's out already, it's out already. Go to the link and it's already there. So. Yeah.
So like I said, if you subscribe, you'll get all the information. So make sure you go to thevpntv.com.
Go subscribe. Do that. Subscribe. Don't just subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah. He got other shows. Like I said, not just the main ways. He got a bunch of shows on there.
Yeah, and definitely check out our films as well. All right, y'all. That's it. Fire and Ice. We out. Y'all be blessed.
Let's get it. That was dope.
Yes, sir.
Real good.